What's going on, YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Shrek, and we're back with another video, guys. So as I told you guys, I was going to be doing a how-to video on how to remove a compressor from a truck. Well, here we are. Did go ahead and remove the coolant from the block. I've shown you guys before, it's right in there. And now I'm going to go ahead and remove this line coming off the compressor and attaching the hose, so we remove completely everything that goes into the compressor. So let me get to that one. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but back there's another compressor, there's another coolant line. One's the one that goes in and the other one's the return, or the feed and the return for the coolant on the compressor heads. Went ahead and removed this one, the closest one to us that already drained out. I have to remove that back one now. What I use is I usually use some pliers, a little pry bar, and my picks to remove the little pins. They are pull pins, just like this, clips. I don't know if you can see that, but they are clips. You just pull them out of the way. Then it also has that little airline right there, is a quarter airline. Then we go ahead and start removing the rest of the stuff. As you can tell, there's a bunch of lines and harnesses in the way, so we just try to do our best. I did go ahead and zip tie this harness up here. I don't know if you can tell, right there, just to get a little more clearance here. These are some lines for the power steering, and then this one's the one that was going obviously from the compressor to the air dryer. So we will try to wiggle in through there. I also went ahead and removed the bracket holding the line coming off the compressor. This is the hard line coming off of the compressor. Went ahead and removed that as well. I do have to break that line right there. I believe like a 1 1/16, 1 1/8. So I'll go ahead and do that after. I also have to remove that other line from the compressor before I start removing the power steering pump and all of the stuff that goes along with the power steering. But more than likely I will continue that tomorrow. Right now I'm just concentrating on that other coolant line, and then whatever else I can take off on the top. Oil will be tomorrow. That way I have another drain pan specifically for the oil. So let's get to that. All right, so here's the progress so far, ladies and gentlemen. We did go ahead and remove, like I said, the front one and the back one. I'll get some light. Hopefully you guys can see with some light. So there we go. There's the back one. We did remove the airline, did remove that hose that was on the top, and we did remove the line coming off of the hard line coming off of the compressor with one of these adjustable wrenches. So far that's all I have on this one. Tomorrow we will be removing, see if I can get a good view, power steering pump, and then the compressor should come off. It's 4 bolts, I believe, for the compressor. So that'll be tomorrow. We'll continue this. So I'll see you guys in a split second. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is now day 2. We are continuing with this air compressor. What we are doing right now is getting all the fluids out of the power steering. That way, right now when we take off that power steering pump, we don't make a major spill. So we will be removing the power steering pump. It has 2 bolts on it, holding it onto the air compressor right in there. Get that out of the way, and then we will continue to the air compressor. We already took off everything on top, like I mentioned yesterday. All the lines, fittings, coolant, all that is off of it. All that's left is the power steering, and on to the next task. So all right, so to remove the power steering pump, you have this bolt right here and that bolt right there. As you can tell, I already loosened them up. So I do have a little pan, and I will be removing it and catching the fluid. So probably put the pan around right here. That way it catches all the fluid and doesn't fall on the floor. That's the next step right now. So there it is, guys. That is the power steering pump right there. I'm just moving it to the side. I'm not gonna remove it all the way out, just to the side. As you can tell, got the pan right here draining it, making sure we don't make a big mess. Just moving it to the side. This one has 2 bolts down here and 2 on top. Hopefully I can just remove those bolts and slide it over without removing anything extra. So that's where we're at right now. I don't know if you can tell in there's another bolt, but 2 on the bottom, 2 on top, and then we shall start removing everything else. I might have to remove that pump just to be able to get an extension and the ratchet from here and reach the back ones. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, first time doing the compressor, but that's where we're at right now. Next clip should be compressor coming out. All right, guys, as you can tell, we got the compressor out and we are going to send it in to get it rebuilt. There it is. Here's the compressor. There's a little bit of struggle, but we managed to get it out. We'll be sending this one in to either get rebuilt or get a refurbished one and exchange it, because they do have a core. So that'll be on the next clip. Right now we're also recording a video for that truck over there. We are doing a front main seal, so yeah, catch that video on the next one. Actually, real quick, I don't know if it captured it on video, but that bolt gave me a struggle. That one goes right against the block, and this is a contraption I used. I used a 1/2 inch impact with a bunch of extensions, and at the end I had a wobbly with a deep 16 mil socket. Wiggled it on and somehow was able to take it off, because with the ratchet I didn't have enough room to be able to tighten it back and forth or loosen it, break it loose. So I ended up using the impact and it worked perfectly. Was a little struggle to get it in there because, like I said, it's right up against the block and you have to get the socket or the extension right through here, because this hits the, well, you can't squeeze anything between here, so you have to go through like the top and through here. This side wasn't so bad, and then the bottom ones were the easiest ones. So, but just a little tip, that's how we broke it loose. It's gonna be fun to put it back on, but that's where we're at so far. Waiting on the new compressor to put it back on. What's going on, guys? It's day number 2. Finally got that compressor in. Just came back, they got rebuilt, so we will be putting that one back in on this truck. If you guys remember, it goes right in between the, let me open the hood. It goes right in between the frame and the block, or the engine goes right in that hole. Only issue is that top bolt is going to be a little bit of a hassle, but we will get it in right now. I'm going to go ahead and scoot it over here, shimmy it up, bench press it, passing it with the bottom 2 bolts. That way it's held in place, and then go ahead and somehow manage to wiggle that top bolt that's right up against the block. So we'll get started with that right now. Probably going to use the same combination that I did yesterday. It was like 4 or 5 extensions with the wobbly on the end, and then I believe it was a 18 or a 19 mil socket, deep socket. So it'll be the same thing today, and yeah, we're gonna get started on that right now. All right, so here's the progress so far. We actually do have the compressor on. I have the 2 bolts on the bottom. I tried getting a shot for you guys of me putting it up there, but the GoPro fell and I was halfway through, so I didn't want to stop and grab the camera again. And yeah, so I ended up wiggling it up there, fastened one of the bolts right away, and then put the other one We do have, I don't know if you could tell, if I can bring you guys up here. I do have the third one up there, but I'm missing one on that side. So that's the current dilemma right now. What I'm planning on doing is wiggling it through with this. I taped up the bolt on the end, short ratchet, try to wiggle in with my finger or my hand, wiggle it in and guide it through, then just bolt it up with the impact. So that's where we're at right now. Let me show them. That was actually pretty easy, guys. I don't know if you can tell if I'm getting a good shot of it, but that's how we did it. It was easier than I thought. I'm not sure if I was able to show you guys, but we got that extension with the taped up bolt. Wiggled my hand in there just like this and was able to find it. I don't know, that was pretty easy actually. Thought I was gonna struggle a lot more, but that's how we did that part. That last bolt on top. Let me just bolt everything down, secure it, and move on to the power steering pump. All right, so it looks like the first time we tried going in, we were in the wrong place, but I just verified with my phone in there, and it looks like we are actually in the right spot now. Still wasn't that difficult. I don't know if I'm showing you guys anything, but it's in there. Okay. Alrighty guys, so we did go ahead and put that line on top. Just have to put this right here. That'll bolt up right there, or yeah, I guess call it bolting up. I put the main line already. We are replacing this line for the coolant just to get it out of the way since we already have it off. Everything else is done. I just need to do this, I think it's like an escape or like an exhaust for the compressor, and then start putting the rest of the stuff on. That's about it. Oh, and the power steering lines. But that's where we're at right now. We're just replacing this line now. Need to remove some of this stuff to just plug it in there. But that's where we're at right now, guys. Went ahead and we replaced that hose I was talking to you guys about, or telling you guys about. This is the updated hose. This is a steel hose or line, coolant line, and it comes with that plug because it does replace that end right there. So same hose, same line, but updated. All we actually had to do was remove this bracket here. You have to snake it in and wiggle it around until it gets to that back fitting on the compressor, and then just push it in, and it goes pushed in against this. It has the little clips, and that's that. What we will be doing right now is we will be first and foremost cut the zip tie that we placed on it to hold it. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, I guess the zip tie is stronger than I thought. There we go. The zip tie is off. These lines out of the way just so we could slip this one in. Just pushes in. Well, easier said than done. All right, there it is. Pushed in. Just pushes in and clips on. You'll hear it clip. Let me get the zip tie out of here. So we got the lines all connected, and the line that goes to a governor on top of the compressor as well. We have to tighten this one up. Yeah, we'll have to tighten this one up, and then put back the power steering one, and we're good to start it and make sure everything's good before we start assembling the liner. Oh, we'll have to top it off with coolant. We'll have to top it off with coolant as well, but that's going to be going on right now. Topped off the coolant. Lines are back on. do need to add power steering fluid or ATF, but I'm going to go ahead and try it. Let me add some ATF. All right, we went ahead and topped off the coolant, topped off the ATF for the power steering as well. All lines are connected, double checked, tightened everything up. Let's see where we're at with this truck. Well, so far it started. Let's see the air. That's our secondary is building faster than the primary. Oh, there we go. We'll empty out the tanks right now and then try to rebuild, or let it rebuild the air again. So far it's already working faster than before. This is how it was building up when I would rev it. Yeah, successful. Going to go down there right now and spray it down with soap and water. Make sure there's no leaks. But so far so good. Successful compressor transplant. Yeah guys, so far so good. Let's go back down there and check for any leaks, but I'm pretty sure there's none. Let me go check before I close out this video. Good to go. Good to go. That's it, man. All you gotta do now is put the panel back on. Yeah, you gotta finish that one and then just the panel and the sketch. There you guys have it. The truck is done. It's good. The compressor was successful. That's gonna be it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, or how do I always say? That'll be it for this video. If you're at home, enjoy time with your family. If you're on the road, be safe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for the support so far, guys. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.